It seems like there's an agenda in the media or in the news to sort of create this fear mongering around the metaverse. Why is this? So there are a few components to this, and there's some pros and cons, obviously. When you think about the metaverse, people don't really trust social media. When you look at documentaries about like the social dilemma, when you look at Facebook and just their history of negligence and just like exploiting their users, when you look at all that information, you can start to understand why people are just not trusting social media or these big tech companies with their data, with their personal data. So then why would they follow them into the next step, which is the metaverse? So there's this negative information that's going around about the metaverse. And I think that we need to look at the problem in a different way. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. It really pushes this video out in the algorithm and encourages me to make more videos. This video is brought to you by Brand Video Pro. We help brands and influencers scale their influence and sales. So if that is of interest to you, head on over to our website, click the link down below, and find out how we can help you. All right, let's begin. Instead of being fearful about social media based on what social media has done and become today, I think that we need to pay more attention to or think more about how can we solve some of the issues that are going on today, and how can we solve that as we move into the metaverse. I think that we need to come from a solutions perspective, and as we are building the metaverse, because it's a thing that it's not ready, it's not fully ready right now, and it's not necessarily, it's not been shaped yet. And I think that as we're building these new technologies, we kind of have an idea of what the metaverse is going to look like. There need to be agencies, sort of almost like government agencies or regulation agencies or policy agencies. I don't know. Some sort of agencies where their agenda is to regulate or ensure that people are conducting themselves in the metaverse, or companies are conducting themselves in the metaverse in a way that's, following human rights and all of these things, right? We're not in this virgin land as we were in Web 2, at the beginning of Web 2, as the emergence of social media, and we really didn't understand what was going on. We have a little bit of an idea of what the metaverse is going to look like. We've seen it in movies. We've seen it with social media. We understand the power of social media, the pros and cons of it. We understand it at this stage. So I think we're in a position to start to shape the metaverse and correct the wrongs that we've made with social media. So that's where I think that people's mindset should be, instead of thinking, let's fearmonger, let's scare people away from the metaverse, because ultimately that is the future. That is where everybody's going. So there's no amount of scaring people that's going to prevent people from going on there. Maybe it might delay people for like 6 months to a year, or maybe even a couple years. It might delay people, but people are going to go on the metaverse eventually. So instead of fear mongering, I think we need to change the conversation and focus on solutions. How can we create new ecosystems in the metaverse that will just be more customer friendly and not exploit customers, not exploit users as social media has, and just making sure companies are accountable, not be used as a tool to fuel wars in certain countries, not be used as a tool to fuel like chaos around the world. How can we ensure that it's a safe space? These are the conversations that we need to be having. These are the questions that we need to be having, because ultimately the metaverse is inevitable. So those are my thoughts on that. Fear mongering around the metaverse. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. My name is Kenim, and see you next time. Peace.